On tonight's February 28th edition of Newswatch, I'll have the latest for you on a new education proposal increasing scholarships for private school students.
I'll have everything you need to know about one of the shortest proposal rejections in Iowa legislature.
And I'll tell you all about what's going on in the sports world.
Tomorrow is the first day of March, which is technically meteorological spring, but it definitely will not feel like spring. We've got some light snow in the forecast as well as brutally cold temperatures. We'll have more on that later. Newswatch starts now.
Good evening and thank you for watching Newswatch. I'm Josh Lamberty.
And I'm Sarah Henry. Thanks for tuning in.
The winter weather has made for a messy commute and travel across Iowa. Millions of tons of salt have been dumped on Iowa roads already this winter. University of Iowa researchers say the salt may affect the state's rivers and streams, saying that salt increases the levels of chloride in the water, which could reach 100 parts per million during the spring melt. While the effects won't be immediate, experts warn that the levels will be higher than in the past. In Cedar Rapids, officials are hoping to minimize the impact by using organic mixes like beet juice in place of salt.
Iowa Republican lawmakers reversed a proposal allowing Iowa school districts to potentially eliminate school nurses and librarians on Wednesday. The bill quickly gained many angry constituents after being proposed by Republican Senator Mark Lofgren, whose wife is a school librarian. Additionally, the bill would require parents to provide the state with information on their children's eye care and LED testing. Lawmakers rejected the bill within 24 hours of its proposal.
When a fire breaks out, every second counts, and there's an easy way that you can help. The City of Ames has published an interactive map to see where fire hydrants are located in town and which ones are still buried in snow. Each red dot is a hydrant that still needs to be cleared. The map does take a short time to update after hydrants are cleared of snow. If you do want to help out, the Ames Fire Department asks that you clear a 3-foot circle around the hydrant. You can find the map and more information at cityofames.com.
A new Des Moines Register poll shows that more than 3/4 of Iowans support a proposal to routinely screen children for mental health issues. 77% of Iowa adults favor a universal health care screening program for children, with just 15% opposing, and the proposal with 8% unsure. The screening proposal was included last fall in a sweeping plan to improve mental health services for Iowa's children. The governor's office introduced parts of the plan this week as bills in the House and the Senate.
2 Marshalltown police officers are on administrative leave tonight after firing their guns. It happened around 10 a.m. this morning, and according to Marshalltown Police, officers were serving a drug search warrant at the home when they met an armed man. 2 officers fired their weapons then during the encounter. The man was taken into custody and no one was hurt. Both officers have been placed on paid administrative leave, which is standard department policy. Marshalltown Police and the Iowa DCI are investigating.
Iowa State students who are members of Engineers Without Borders traveled to Ghana, Africa over winter break. ISU TV's Casey Olson has the story.
Having convenient access to clean drinking water is something most Iowa State students don't think about, unless you're a member of Engineers Without Borders. After 5 years, members of the Iowa State chapter have finished a water implementation project for 1,000 high school students in Ghana, Africa.
It would just take a lot of time away from their studying and their schooling. And so with this water distribution system, we put storage tanks right where they board.
Previously, the students had to walk 1 to 2 miles to get the water they needed. But now, there's a water pump and storage unit right outside the student dorms.
This past trip, there were 7 members, and about half and half guys to girls. So it was a really diverse group and all different kinds of engineering majors. So it's really cool to see everyone getting together for one specific engineering project.
The members who went have shared their experiences with the club.
Each day we started working on the implementation of the project. During the daytime when there was light out, we would actually do part of the construction. So we would meet up with the different contractors, talk to different community members, and then make sure that everything's getting done in a time frame because, of course, working in construction and in a developing country, a lot of things got delayed. So it was a whole bunch of making sure that things get completed.
But Jewel says the effort was well worth it.
Oh, yeah. It's just a great experience getting to know people across the world, but also working on some of the things that I want to learn as an engineer.
Reporting for ISU TV, I'm Cassie Olson.
The club is yet to decide what their next project will be, but members will continue brainstorming in the upcoming weeks.
After the break, we'll have updates on a recently discovered painting that has been missing for more than 400 years. Don't go anywhere. Newswatch continues after the break. Welcome back. The Trump administration announced a new push for school choice today. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos called the plan a bold proposal. The plan would provide $5 billion in federal tax credits for groups that offer scholarships to private schools, apprenticeships, and other private educational programs. It would allow for states to set rules around the credits, including which students are eligible. The legislation is being introduced by Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Alabama Senator Bradley Byrne. 18 states already offer similar tax credits, most of which are aimed at helping low-income families.
Michael Cohen testified against President Trump yesterday at the House Oversight Committee hearing. In court, Cohen attacked his former employer as well as the actions of his administration. While Cohen said he had no knowledge of evidence that Trump or anyone around him had colluded with Russia during the election, he did allude to other legal troubles Trump could possibly face. In his closing statement, Cohen said that he regrets blindly following President Trump. Cohen is scheduled to report for a 3-year prison sentence in May.
If you're a fan of turning in those cans and bottles for 5-cent refund, it might be harder to find a place to recycle them. According to a report released today, California consumers lost out on at least $308 million in recycling deposits in 2018. 40% of California's recycling plants have closed in the last 5 years, and only 1,600 are still open statewide. Experts say that the environment is also hurting since more recyclables are being thrown away. With fewer recycling centers open, legislators hope that more local grocery stores will help everyone in their communities recycle.
In 2014, an old painting was discovered in the attic of a house in Toulouse, France. Now, art appraiser Eric Turquin believes the piece to be Judith and Holofernes, a lost work of the Italian master Caravaggio. The painting is believed to have been painted in 1607. According to the Kolnigi Gallery, the painting has been missing since it last displayed in Antwerp in 1689. A press conference at Kolnigi on Thursday announced to the world that on June 27th, the painting will be auctioned off in Toulouse, where it is expected to sell for up to $171 million.
The Federal Aviation Administration approved new flights between California and Hawaii yesterday. Over the past few weeks, FAA officials certified Southwest Airlines on test flights, observing the airline's ability to make the long flight with limited emergency landing options. Southwest officials say they will fly to Honolulu from 4 California airports: San Jose, Oakland, Sacramento, and San Diego. Southwest Airlines officials say they hope to start selling tickets in the next few days.
R&B singer R. Kelly was released from Cook County Jail in Chicago on Monday after his $100,000 bail was posted. Kelly originally surrendered himself to the police on February 22nd after he was indicted of 10 counts of aggravated sexual assault involving 4 different underage victims. Kelly was originally not able to post his own bail due to a lack of funds. If convicted of the charges, Kelly could face a possible 70-year sentence. Arraignment is set for March 8th, and Kelly continues to deny all wrongdoing.
Some might say that SciRide drivers are those unsung heroes on campus. They get students where they need to be every day and every day of the week. I talked with one driver who sits down where most students don't. On a snowy Sunday night, Hunter Smith is waiting for his bus. But unlike most students, Hunter sits down in the driver's seat.
Let's see, I started spring of 2017.
As Iowa's most used transportation system, SciRide gets people in the Ames community from one stop to another.
Well, I mean, it's huge. I mean, there's a lot of people that, to and from, this is their only transportation. This is their only way to get from A to B.
Driving for SciRide has allowed Hunter to be more involved in the community and connect with his passengers. These connections don't stop with the passengers either. It's a part of the driver's culture as well.
Big rules of SciRide. Number one is safety, but before all else. And then number two is we always wave to the other drivers. Sometimes when I'm in my car, actually, when I drive by one, I'll wave at them and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm in my car. I'm not in the bus right now, so.
But most of all, the small collective moments from one stop to the next brings people together.
It is nice to be a part of something a lot bigger for ISU students.
With public transportation typically being a place of solitude, SciRide prides itself on being a place of community.
Have a good night.
For ISU TV, I'm Josh Lamberty. If you're interested in working for SciRide, you can find open opportunities on the City of Ames website. Joining us now for a weather update is Hannah Messier. Hannah, please tell us there's no more snow in the forecast.
There is definitely still some snow in the forecast. Sorry, but it looks like it's going to be pretty cold, though not quite as much snow as we've gotten these past few weekends. Ames is sitting at maybe only a dusting. Other parts in Iowa you could see more, so we'll definitely tell you about that after this break. Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm meteorologist Hannah Messier, and tomorrow is the first day of March, which is technically meteorological spring, but it will not feel like spring, not at all, and not probably for a little bit. Clouds are going to move in on Saturday with some bitter cold temperatures. On Sunday, you're going to want to make sure you bundle up. Monday morning, we could have wind chills in the -30s, so definitely be weather aware. Wear your coat. Don't put it off quite yet. Here on the satellite, we do have some snow moving to our east by Waterloo into Dubuque tonight. So there is still some light snow out there. Temperatures are in the teens. We're at 13 in Ames, 15 in Des Moines, 12 in Ottumwa, 13 in Waterloo, and 11 in Council Bluffs. So it is still pretty chilly out there, but luckily we do have some warmer temperatures for tomorrow. 28 degrees in Independence, 23 in Waverly, 25 in Eldora, and 20 in Mason City. Down in the south, 38 degrees in Mount Pleasant. I mean, for what we've had recently, that's kind of like a heat wave, so you should be excited if you're down there. 34 in Ottumwa, 35 in Centerville, 33 in Chariton. Definitely take advantage of these temperatures because they're not going to last. 31 in Mount Ayr, 26 in Harlan, and 27 degrees in Missouri Valley. Up in the north, a little bit cooler, 22 in Ida Grove and 21 degrees in Spencer. Now this weekend we also do have some possibility for snow. Tomorrow morning we have clouds pretty much all across Iowa, and then by tomorrow between noon and 1 o'clock we do have some flurries that could be moving into the campus by tomorrow afternoon. The heavier snow though will be up in the northwest by Spencer and Sioux City, moving across Minnesota. Some lighter snow values down south around south of Des Moines. Now as we head towards tomorrow evening, things start to clear out. Saturday morning, the clouds do move back in coming from the south, and by 1 o'clock, this snow band is going to make its way to Iowa by 8:30 p.m. Creston could see some light snow, but mainly we're looking at western Iowa with this system. Sunday morning, we do have that snow system that is to our south, but luckily for central Iowa, the snow might not hit you, and that'll be good because the last 3 weeks, we've had some Sunday snow blizzards, which has actually caused some church closings on Sunday morning, so luckily that might not happen this Sunday. And as we look at the estimated snowfall, really it's not as bad as it has been these last few weeks. 0.2 in Des Moines, 0.2 in Ames, 1.9 inches in Spencer, and 0.7 inches in Sioux City. Now, mostly cloudy tonight with a low of about 3 degrees. The winds will stay pretty calm, which will keep our wind chill values a little bit higher than there usually are. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. will be about 6 degrees. Heading to class between 8 and 9 a.m. it'll be 9 to 13 degrees with things warming into the 20s by 11 a.m. tomorrow. And the high for tomorrow is going to be 27. That'll feel really great. I'm going to be a little tempted not to wear my winter coat, but it'll still be cold in the morning, so I probably will. We could also see some snow flurries move in, especially in the early afternoon, but again, they won't last with very little accumulation. Now this weekend, 20 degrees on Saturday, but look at how much we drop for Sunday. 4 degrees for our high. Sunday night, minus 14 degrees for our low, and Monday it'll be cold as well, and those wind chill values, again, could bring us into minus 30 to minus 35 degrees is what it's going to feel like, so definitely make sure you bundle up. And the rest of the week, though, we do end up warming up slightly. 21 on Wednesday, 25 on Thursday, with some possible snow for Thursday as well. Thank you for watching. We'll keep hoping for spring, that it comes soon, but sadly, for now, it looks like we could have some winter lasting a little bit while. Thank you for watching. We'll have more for you after.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Cliff Wise with your sports update. Iowa State announces proposed expansion to Hilton Coliseum. If the project is approved by the State Board of Regents, the gymnasium will undergo a multi-million-dollar renovation. There are plans to add additional concession areas, replace outdated mechanical systems, and improve fan accessibility. The management team also has plans to enhance the lighting around the facility. According to the director of athletics, Jamie Powlin, this will be a step towards enhancing the game day experience for Cyclones fans. The Iowa State football team picked up a commitment from Aiden Bauman, a Buffalo, Minnesota native. The 6'5", 200-pound lefty received an offer after being evaluated last spring. Bauman committed to the program just shy of 2 months later. The Big Pro-style quarterback is currently being coached by his father, Ty Bauman, who has spent 10 years in the NFL. Bauman is currently the 11th ranked quarterback in his class, and he is the 3rd best prospect in the state of Minnesota. The young prospect was the school's first commitment of the class 2020. The 2019 NFL Combine process has officially begun today. This is one of the most important evaluations leading up to this year's draft in April. These NFL scouts has watched these kids all year to know what they are capable of on the field. Now, they would like to see how these young men handle themselves off the field. The prospects will receive accurate measurements as they undergo physical testing, athletic testing, and sit with teams as general managers and head coaches, attempt to get to know them more. There are some well-known names in Indy this weekend. Players like Kyle Murray, David Montgomery, and Hakeem Butler will be in Lucas Oil Stadium. NFL Network will broadcast majority of the Combine starting Friday at 8 a.m. That's it for sports this week. Don't go anywhere. Newswatch will be right back after the break.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Finally tonight, an 11-year-old is on a mission to thank every police officer in America. Using every school break and most of his summer vacation, Tyler Karak delivers donuts to police agencies across the country. Tyler says he's grateful for everything police officers do to keep us safe, and he knows that no one is perfect. In about 2 years, Tyler and his family have delivered over 75,000 donuts to departments in 41 different states. As you might imagine, Tyler has already decided on a career path. He hopes to someday become a canine police officer.
When 2 young Girl Scouts were selling cookies late on a cold night in Greenville, South Carolina, one Good Samaritan decided to help them out. The man originally approached the Girl Scouts, Maya and Emerson, to buy 7 boxes of cookies, but he later returned telling them he wanted to buy all the cookies so that they could get out of the cold. Maya and Emerson's cookie manager, Kayla Dillard, said the man spent $540 on cookies. The girls were very excited and thankful, saying his kindness has earned him a place in their hearts for a long time.
Wow, what a great guy.
I know, it makes me want Girl Scout cookies though.
Thin Mints or Samoas?
Always Samoas. That's all for this episode of Newswatch. Don't forget to stick around for another episode of Ames Tonight.
And be sure to follow us on everything ISU TV.
Remember to smile while you still have teeth. Have a great night, Ames.